Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and give some updates, but I also wanted to talk about something that I have started to do after watching some videos and thinking about things, and that's minimalism. And I'm not talking about minimalism in one shirt, one pair of pants, that kind of, you put everything in one backpack, that's what you could fit. I'm talking about minimalism as in downgrading things that you don't need so that you're happy with what you have and you don't feel overwhelmed. So before I start the video on that whole subject, I wanted to give some updates, and I first wanted to give a super duper big thank you to every single one of you, subscribers, friends, family, commenters, messengers, anything that anyone has done to show me a great deal of compassion and support for the last couple of months up until now. I am hanging in there. I am doing as great as I can, but I'm not great, if y'all get that. I am still grieving. I still have my days. I have insomnia. I get nightmares. I try to be normal. I try to do things to keep myself occupied. And we're going to talk about a few things that I am doing. I'll probably talk about my hobbies more in depth in another video, especially the one major hobby I do. But I wanted to talk about what I've been learning. I figured this out the week after my husband passed away, and also the week that he came home from surgery and we moved rooms. We're in a program, and we were in a dirty room, which is basically the room was cluttered, lots of stuff, lots of crap, not like crap, you know what I mean, lots of stuff. And we had to downsize and get rid of things and clean out our room and move down here. And with that being said, we did get rid of a lot of stuff. However, moving into this room and still having a lot of stuff, and then when he passed away, me having to live in a room with all of his stuff and my stuff, it got to the point where I thought about it. I said, do you really use all this crap? Do you really sit there and use every single marker and color book and journaling supply and things like that? So I basically, for the first few weeks afterwards, I started downsizing and downgrading everything that I have to become a little bit more minimalistic. Now, mind you, my room is not minimalistic. I have a lot of stuff still that I'm going through. I do a lot of collecting of food and clothing. Those are the two things that I collect a lot, but food is something I use, and dog food for my dog. However, I've noticed a pattern, and I'm trying to break it, is that I now am crutching on all of my things, and I don't want to get rid of it. So for the last month or so, I have started cleaning out a lot of stuff, condensing a lot of storage units, things like that. I went from, I had 12 of these filled of markers, color pencils, pens, pencils, that kind of thing. And I am now down to 6. And I got rid of half of what I don't need. I have a bunch of my coloring pencils that I do like in a container and stored. Same thing with markers. Any extra markers that I just don't want out but I want to keep is stored in a condensed container that fits in the container that I want. So I'm going to go through with that first rule of thumb when you're doing a minimalistic. Pick a container that suits your needs for the thing you want to store and to keep, and do not go over the capacity of that container, meaning do not try to get another container unless it's something like if you craft and you do yarn and you do a lot of projects and you sell these projects. I can understand having 2 or 3 buckets full of yarn, don't get me wrong, I get that, but for me, I'll give you guys a prime example. I'm sitting right on it. I am an avid collector of stickers, and I kind of do a lot of collecting. Now, mind you, I do have two other places that stickers are because they're homemade sticker books that I made years ago. And one that I just, well, two that I made. One that I had about a year ago, and the other one I just made. And the reason why I do that is I'm going to be working on the ones that are in this container I showed you to fit in those two books, and that's it. But I had given myself this bag. It housed my coloring supplies and my color pencils, but I don't need it anymore. So I have all of my stickers in these and these two. And then I have two sticker books, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah. So I condensed everything in there. And then I also, in this sticker book, have a smaller DIY sticker book that I have all of my diamond art stickers in. Yeah, it's Pikachu. So I've been keeping my diamond art stickers, my regular stickers, all in this bag. And then for certain things like that, I've been condensing it all and keeping it condensed. For now, for my diamond art, which I'm not going to pull it down, I have a small book bin. I don't have a book bin for as an example. Excuse the noise. So I have a book bin like this. I just cleared out these 3 book bins for my diamond art. I used to have all the diamond art in here and labeled with like large, small, medium, and the sizes of the diamonds. These are all my dunzo ones, as I call them, small ones. But I went from having a huge container of rolled up diamond art to putting all of the diamond arts themselves in this book. Okay, so this book has some of my finishes, which I'm gonna go over a lot of this stuff like later on. But these are, and then this one here is where all the ones that aren't even started. So these are finishes. These are ones that are the canvases that I haven't opened or done yet. Then I have a lot. I think I have like close to like 60, but this is not as much as I had years ago. I had like over 300. That is the other thing I'm doing. If the diamond art that I purchase, the large canvases, don't fit in that book, like I have 60 spots because it's 30 pages and I can double it up. Some of those pages have smaller ones I can fit 2 to a page, or like you saw the one with the Alice was 4 to a page. They go in there, and the diamonds, I may have a basket full of the diamonds. If nothing fits in any of those containers, I'm not going over the containers again. I also have a book bin with all my tinier projects. So this is all the tiny projects. It is packed to the brim. It's full. I ain't getting no more until this is empty or until some of it's gone. So that's basically where I store my diamond art. And I told myself that I can't go buying any more. I do have one coming, but that is a project that I'm doing for someone as a Christmas gift. So that's technically a diamond art, but it's not for me to hang or do anything or to leave in my portfolio. It is actually a Christmas present that I'm going to frame. So yeah, don't use more containers than what you originally planned. Because if you do that, that's giving you the mindset like, I can do more. I could do more. Now, if you do diamond art like 5, 6, 7 a month and you're going through them like crazy and you want to buy more, fine, whatever. That's your prerogative. For me, I go through maybe 2 a month. I just finished one small canvases and then the small square poster. But these big ones I switch back and forth. Also, I have a container back there, which I don't think you guys can see, on my table, that gray one. That is my makeup container. I'm actually in the process of cleaning that out because I don't wear makeup that often. And it's got multiple bags full of makeup I don't need. So that container is getting dumbed down to a smaller bag, like a makeup bag that I have. And then that container will probably hold something else. I don't know yet. So that's my first for the minimalistic. Keep a container and don't go over that container. Now, I have 2 containers with the diamond. Like I said, I have the book and I have the basket with the diamonds. But those things can go into a small suitcase along with the small projects in that book, and that's it. I was telling myself I have a small suitcase that everything would fit in, and I can't use more than what can fit in there. And I know that's kind of cheating in a bit, but it's also if I do have to move or whatever, they fit in the container I allotted to put the diamond art stuff in, if that makes sense. The second thing is, if it doesn't spark joy and it drives you nuts and causes you very much bad anxiety, it's not worth keeping the stuff. If you have 100 or 200 markers and color pencils and you only use a handful of those, get rid of the ones you never use or you don't always use. Keep the ones that you know you like and you love. I have also been doing this with clothing. We have a clothing closet, so I've been collecting clothes. I've been collecting things. I've been different sizes and things like that. And whatever doesn't fit me, I redonate. So anything you get, donate what you can. Don't let it go in a landfill. Don't let it get if somebody wants it, give it to them. I give all my makeup and nail polish that's not used or is whatever to friends who don't care. Or I give my nail polish to people. It's nail polish. Nobody cares about nail polish. But I do donate a lot of my art supplies to schools, to our community center. I mean, it's people like to color while they sit up there. Also, if you live alone, and I just learned this, you don't need 20 plates, 20 cups, 20 knives, 20 forks. I have 2 cups, 2 plates. Well, no. 2 bowls, 3 plates, because I bought a new plate to replace the plate I lost and found that third plate hiding. So I have 3 plates, which is good because I use one for, like, if I have to marinate something in the fridge. And I have 2 bowls. I have a couple of storage bowls for leftovers, which that's fine for me to have multiples of, like 4 or 5, so that if I have leftover food and I want the food for the week and I don't want to cook for a couple days, I have a couple of meals. I do have a bunch of like little cups that I got from the community center. I can show you that are like this, that I use to store like pens, pencils, and stuff like that. I have 2 water jugs with lids and straws, and I think that's pretty much it. And a pitcher for water and my cooker. So I try to keep it minimalistic, but my brother comes over because he's in the program with me and he eats with me and his dog eats with me, so I have to have extra stuff. For the road to minimalism, I found out that even with coloring and clothing and stuff like that, that's something that I want to get rid of and dumb down. The hardest thing when it comes to minimalism is my diamond art. I find new ones I want to do and I order them, and I'm not even through 2 or 3 when I buy 6 or 7 more. I got some gift cards to Michael's and bought some good ones. So I think I have enough projects for a while. But yeah, so I'm doing that with makeup and nail polish and clothing and her dog toys and paperwork and things like that. So I'm slowly getting rid of things that I don't need. My next is digitalize. I have so many photos, paper photos, that have digital copies. The only time I'm going to ever need a physical paper photo is if I'm making a memorial. Now, mind you, I have Dave's memorial back there, but I also have some pictures, like square pictures that I printed out in CVS thing for a photo book. But I found that I use a USB drive to save all of my photos. So that's a good thing to have. So digitalize anything you can. Photos, documents, things like that you can save to USB. Keep a physical copy in a folder, but don't have multiple copies. Trust me, I have like 10 copies of a death certificate, 4 or 5 copies of a marriage license now that I have, bunch of copies of paperwork from the hospital. I'm like, I don't need that many copies. What else? Always, 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 always be conscientious of what you do and do not use. I found that I buy skincare and makeup and nail polish just because it's free with a coupon or just because it works on me. They give out free stuff in the community center, and I just like, oh, makeup, let's just take it. Ooh, crafting, let's just take it. And then it sits there for months, and I don't use it. Before you buy a product or do a project, make sure you get only what you're going to need or use. If you think down the line you're going to do 25 different diamond arts and you want those 25 different diamond arts, make sure you hold yourself accountable to do those diamond arts. That's just an example. Same thing with a makeup product. You don't need 50 lip glosses and 50 lipsticks and everything unless you're wearing one a day, different of each day. If you want 365 lipsticks and wear each color 365 days a year, once one color a day, or change up on your colors 5 times a day, that's your prerogative. But remember, are you gonna use it? Is it going to be utilized in your collection, or are you just gonna let it sit there and collect dust? I've done that with these little, well, this one I kept because it smells good and it's cute packaging. Little Grinch. I got a set of these for Christmas. There were 6 of the same one in a pack, 6 of the same scent. And I'm like, I don't need 6 of these. I only need one or 2. I kept, I think, 2, and I think I used one up. Yep, because this one's sealed. I just got this one. So basically, I kept 2. I used one up, and I do like it, so I kept the backup. But this has been a year that I used up the first one. It took me a year. So don't keep more than what you're going to use. The other thing that I was thinking, and I'm doing, is I have a lot of things like that Grinch one. I like 6 of them. Put some of them away for Christmas to give to someone else. You have a brand new makeup palette that you never used, that you think somebody else would love. We're getting close to the holiday season, or maybe a birthday or whatever. Save it. Gift it to them. Wrap it and give it to them as a gift. But only be mindful of what people will definitely use. Do not just give somebody something. Like, you know, be like, yo, here, take this. And they don't want it, but they're taking it to be nice. And it's something that they don't use. So keep in mind of things that you're getting rid of, and maybe somebody says, oh, I wish I had that. It's cute. Like if somebody likes a shirt you're wearing, you don't wear it twice, you don't want it anymore, clean it, sanitize it, and give it away. Wrap it. Give it to a Christmas present. That's what I'm doing with diamond art. I'm trying to think what else I can say. Don't do what I do. The other thing is beauty products as well. Okay, what I did with beauty products, oh my jeez. I had, when I cleaned everything this past month, 47 different deodorants, 26 different tubes of toothpaste. Now mind you, I'm a stockpiler. I'm a couponer. I like to stockpile. I had like 40 or 50 different things I never used, like vitamins and stuff like that. So what I did was, we have a drawer over here, and like when I go down that route of showing you everything, because I'm on the laptop, there's a drawer, and in there is about 2 to 3 months supply of shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, toothbrushes to change my toothbrush, and like different things for like cleaning and things like that. What doesn't fit in that drawer doesn't stay in the drawer. So if the drawer is packed and there's no more room, and I've got so much in there, I have to figure out what goes, and it can't stay. So I'm doing a pretty good job with this. I've had a big problem with cleaning out my diamond art, because I do want to get rid of a couple that I don't do or won't do. Nail polish, makeup, and stationery has been a little bit hard, but I've been doing it. I'm doing really good with that. Also, have an accountability. This is my accountability, this video. I think that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want. It's free. You don't need to pay me a thing. And, hopefully you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you have any issues, or you want to talk to me about anything, my inbox and my comment section is always open. As well as, don't forget to smile, be awesome, and have a great day.